What's up, YouTube? Here we go. The final product. Just picked it up from my guy over at the detail shop, getting fully ceramic coated. Dude is the best in the business. He ceramic coats everything I have. He done my wife's Tesla 2 years ago, and it's still like the day he done it. I'll put a link in the description to get in touch with him if you're local. So let's dive into this thing, guys. Tom's 4x4 did all the work here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Super good guys to deal with. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not shortcutting anything. I mean, you're gonna get the best of the best. You know, anything you want, as much as you want to spend, really. So we run into some issues with ordering just because of the way everything is right now. Stuff's on back order. Stuff is, it's just taking way too long to get there. So basically what we have is a 2022 F-350 Platinum. This truck is, I've been getting a lot of hate on my last YouTube. They're like, it's the same thing as a 17, blah, 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 blah. Why are you spending that much more? But let me tell you, this truck is nothing like my 17. The 10-speed transmission in this truck alone was worth the upgrade. The horsepower and torque difference, if you can feel it from one truck to another, it's a big jump. And I mean, the horsepower and torque in this truck is absolutely insane. I own a dealership, a car dealership, and I've been in new Dodges, I've been in new Chevrolets, new GMC diesel trucks, and I promise you guys, there's no other truck on the market that compares to this truck. One big thing that I've noticed from my last 17 to this one is the turning radius. The turning radius is great. I mean, I feel like I can turn this thing on a dime, where my last truck, I was like, dang, couldn't really turn it that good. It was tough parking, and it was just tough getting in and out of places. But this truck, I mean, the turning radius is like an F-150. I mean, it might not be exactly, but that's the way it feels. No question, it was well worth the upgrade. So let's dive into what we got here. So sent it to Tom's 4x4. I knew I wanted the 4.5-inch BDS lift, radius arms with fuel wheels, blah, 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 blah. So he calls me I order all my parts 6 weeks before my truck's supposed to be here. So we get the parts on order. That way everything will be here for when the truck arrives. Well, once the truck arrived, the guys over at Tom's 4x4 is like, look, we're still back ordered, 6 weeks out on this BDS stuff. What do you want to do? I said, well, what's our next best options? So we went down the list, and every single person we tried to order from was either back ordered or out of stock and didn't know when they were going to be getting anything in stock. So I know I'm going to catch a lot of hate for this, but we called Rough Country. Okay, I've used Rough Country on 20 to 30 trucks at my dealership that we've sold. Now look, nobody's taking a $100,000 truck off-road. Okay, so let's throw that out the window. We're not going off-road with it. But Rough Country has never caused me one issue. I know they're cheaper than the other stuff, but they've never caused me one issue. So I asked him, I said, what can we do to improve the Rough Country? So he said, here's the deal. We can get the Rough Country in 2 days. We can get the lift set up. We can upgrade all the shocks, which we did. We upgraded all the shocks to Fox shocks in the front and the back. We upgraded the springs. So basically, I mean, you're just using the bolt-on parts, the fabricated parts. Now, we did go with the 7500 airlift airbags in the rear with Fox shocks. Those bags are a must. You must put those bags on there. So yeah, we went with a Rough Country suspension lift, a 4.5. It was like $1,100. It was half the price of the BDS, but with the Fox upgrade on the shocks and stuff like that, it wound up being around $1,800. But I wanted it done. I didn't want to wait 6 weeks, so I wanted it done. But let me tell you this, the ride now is better or the same than it was when I pulled it off the dealership parking lot. One big thing, when I pulled it out, it was the back was kind of stiff. Like when you'd hit a big bump, like, I mean, you could feel it. And I was like, oh, I don't know about that. You know, that seems, we'll have to get that looked at. Well, I called Tom's 4x4. He said, hey, add 15 or 20 pounds to your rear bags, which I did. Immediately, that solved the issue. It's soft, it's smooth, it's just like factory. So, guys, look, if you're not going off-roading, don't spend the extra money to upgrade your lifts to these high-dollar lifts that don't mean nothing driving down the highway at 80. You know, I understand if you're hitting the mountains and all that, you know, whatever, but this truck will never see the mud, so, you know, why spend that? I was going to, but in this situation, I couldn't. Just make sure you upgrade your shocks, springs, stuff like that, because that's where you're going to get your ride, you know, quality. So we went with the 4.5 inch rough country, upgraded shock, springs, everything we could upgrade, we upgraded. Added the 7500 airlift bags in the back, which I love. I had it on my last truck. This one had a little bit of an upgrade on the remote. I love it. It's awesome. We went with a 20x9 fuel wheels. These are brand new from Fuel. I absolutely love these guys. Kind of matches the truck. It has that machine kind of carbon faced on it. They're a 20x9. We went with a 37 12 50 20 Nitto Ridge Grappler, or Nitto, however you want to say it. I've run these Ridge Grapplers on every truck I've owned for the past 5 years. Would not run a different tire. At 80 miles an hour, these tires are as smooth as Michelin's. I didn't want to really, I had 37 1350s on my last truck with 10-inch wheels, but the offsets were huge, and I kind of didn't want to get to that offset again just because I haul a toy hauler and I didn't want all that stuff slung up on the truck. But I did want to have a little bit of an offset just to give it that look, and these are absolutely perfect. I mean, this offset, I love. I had the windows tinted. I went 15% on the front, and then I did 25% over the rear windows just to make them darker. So from the inside, they almost looked identical, and on the outside, 50% on the windshield. Helps a ton during on these sunny days. Another upgrade we done on the truck was the Retrax bed cover that I love. This is my first Retrax, but absolutely love this bed cover. Easy to work. I installed it myself in about 30 minutes. So if you're looking for a bed cover, I think it run me about $1,400, something like that. But definitely better than the trifold. Like that a lot. One other thing that I was going to mention to you guys real quick, and I'm kind of new to this. Some of you guys might know all about it, but when I got the truck back from Tom's 4x4, obviously I had an air pressure light for the tire pressure. It's basically from the Ford factory, it wants 60 pounds in the front, 80 pounds in the back. These tires are going to be run at about 63 pounds, so it was giving me a tire pressure light for my rear tires. And also my speed was off about 5 miles an hour at 70. If I was running 70, it said I was running 65. So I done a little digging, and basically, you know, I've heard of ForeScan before, never used it, so I was like, you know, let's try it. So I ordered the adapter, I downloaded the app, I bought the licenses and all that. Now there's not a lot out there on ForeScan, you know, so I basically had to kind of learn it myself. But I will make a video for you guys that with in-depth from start to finish, you know, downloading the app, ordering the stuff, getting everything in there in your software and all that stuff makes it a lot easier on everybody. But I was able to go into the system, change my tire pressure, change my tire size. Everything's great, no lights, and it is working perfect. Went ahead and upgraded my cab lights, the clearance lights. Those are Recon cab lights. They're like a smoke gray with clear lights, LEDs for at night. These mirror caps I have ordered from, I think it's Color Matched OEM or something like that. I can put that in the description also. They're gonna be color matched. I'm gonna color match all the badges. So a few more things left on this beast and she will be complete. But by far the best truck I have ever sat in. If you're on the fence and you're not sure what you want to do it. This truck is amazing. If you got any questions, guys, shoot them down below. I'll do my best to answer them. Have a good one.